What's going on, guys? Lucas Jensen here, back with another episode of the Forward Thinking Podcast. Today, I got my good buddy, client, and absolute freaking industry titan, Russell Peach from Peach Painting. Also, Mighty Stack, if you guys haven't heard. So, Russell, dude, tell me about your day, man. What you got going on today?
Yeah, man, we're crushing it. Well, first off, thanks a lot for having me, Lucas. Love always chatting with you. Just love chiming in any way I can. We always have a good time. So we're just trying to provide value any way possible. But yeah, man, this Monday is kicking off great. We got 3 sales reps onboarding right now. We hire in 3s. So just hosted a Zoom call, just dropping a bunch of mindset, sales tools, sales skills and such. So we're crushing over here on Monday.
You said you hire in 3s, so you have 3 brand new sales reps starting right now.
3 sales reps. They started on Friday, half day Friday. Today's the first official day of their hell week. We call our first week hell week, and put them through some intensive training, but they started day 1 today.
Interesting. So hell week. So you probably definitely don't put them on the Ford media leads. You probably put them on what, Angie? Put them on the bad leads.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Make them knock doors.
No, that's sick though, dude. So that's a little bit like military style. So why do you do 3? Why not 2? I thought like the norm is 2. How come going 3s? Why not 4s? Like why is 3 the magic number?
Well, we're hoping 2 of them will stick. If one of them sticks out of the 3, then we're golden. If all 3 of them stick, even better. Like that's the ideal outcome. But right now we're just trying to scale fast. We're trying to get to 7, possibly 10 reps by the end of the year. Obviously, I would love for all 3 reps to stick, but if we need 1 or 2, we ideally need 2. We probably should have hired 4, but if 2 of them stick, great. All 3 of them might not make it through hell week. I'm really hoping they will, but by the end of the year we want to have at least 7 reps, maybe 10 reps. So trying to get a lot of the bulk training in at once, and it's a lot easier to hire and especially train multiple people at once. As I'm sure you know, and I'm sure a lot of people will know, that hiring and training are going to be really expensive on the company side, and it's going to take a lot of time and of course resources and cash. So when we compress all that, it just helps us a little bit. Speed to lead for 1, and 2, just the cost and the time that it takes to do it all. And then it also, most importantly, creates like a good environment. When you have 3 people, we've hired 1 at a time, and it's a little bit hard to stay engaged and to keep things pushing and have a good environment when it's just 1 person. But 2 is kind of good as well. But 3 is like always a sweet spot. It seems like I've always had the most success hiring 3 at once.
Love that. And what do you go about for hiring? Like what do you use in order to kind of attract the closers?
Yeah, good question. So the way we attract any of our reps, any of our closers, was a handful of ways. We utilize Indeed a lot. We're always running ads on Indeed. ABH, always be hiring. So that's one. Forward Media runs Facebook ads for me as well to redirect to my Indeed page for hiring. Then we post a little bit of LinkedIn, but we haven't really gotten any traction on LinkedIn. A huge part of it though is networking. So of course, when you're a sales guy, you should be able to talk to a wall all day if you wanted to. Like that's how I am. I just talk to myself all day because why not? Maybe I don't have friends. I just talk to myself. But anyways, you should be able to talk to anybody. So it's always like when you just sit there and you just talk to anybody, you're at the gym, you're at the grocery store, you go out to eat, wherever you're at, if you're just talking to people, 1, it's going to help you stay on top of your game. But 2, you start realizing who the killers are. Oh, this guy, like I walked into Verizon, for example, a guy opened the door for me, gave me like a really good intro. I offered him a position. He was happy where he was at. But stuff like that, when you start seeing people crushing it at their job, car dealerships is a great one, looking for a better opportunity. Just always networking, talking to people. Sometimes the organic stuff will come better results than like the paid ads or paid, Indeed ads and such. We tried doing like headhunters, but headhunters just seem to be really expensive for the return that they have, because they usually put in like a lot of training and stuff. But we have a killer training platform, so we don't really need to utilize headhunters much.
Love that. What do you use for your training platform?
So it's not a platform, but I mean, we have like a bunch of Google Drive folders, but we have like a 250-page playbook of all of our scripts, objection handlers, mindset, what to do, what not to do, product technicalities. We have a lot of videos on product technicalities, a lot of SOPs, black and white SOPs or video SOPs. So a lot of it's just Google Drive, and then but the hard copy playbook is really our second Bible there.
Sick, dude. So you put that all together yourself?
No, I didn't. This was all from Jason Phillips, Contractor Freedom.
Let's go.
We tweaked a lot of the stuff, and a lot of the stuff was from before him as well, but the bulk of it was all Contractor Freedom. So shout out to Jason Phillips on that one.
Yeah, dude. Love it, man. Love that. And walk me through kind of the process on Hell Week. Like, what does the onboarding, the ramp up, all that stuff look like for new sales rep? Because I think like people get to a point where they need to hire a sales rep, but they're nervous because they understand like close rates are going to drop, and they need that cash flow and that revenue coming in. So some people are a little bit weary about bringing in the wrong sales rep or bringing them in at the wrong time.
Sure.
So we'll talk about that after, but like, what does the onboarding, the ramp up period look like? And how do you kind of weed out, like, of those 3 people, you said one might not make it. Do you have kind of standards and things on your end that you're looking for? Or like, are you just like, if they stick, they stick kind of thing?
So good question. So the onboarding process, especially for Hell Week, is looking like day 1 is Friday. It's only a half day. We give them their first script. And the first script could be overwhelming, could be hard to learn. But basically by Friday, we bring them in a half day. We role play the first script. We end up Friday, you need to like it. Saturday, you need to love it. Sunday, you need to live it. That way, Monday morning, when you come in, you'll be able to read it to us, and that'll be your key of entry to make it to the actual classroom for us. And that will be that. Basically, the psychology behind that is, 1, you're learning the scripts, but 2, you're learning if somebody is going to actually do their homework. And homework is going to be huge for any sales rep, because if you're not doing your homework in the beginning, when you're really trying to earn your position within a company, are you going to be following up with leads later on that we trust you with? Are you going to actually be filling out your CRM with all the daily notes, daily updates and such? So it's kind of a precondition. There's a lot of psychology behind that part of it. But then first off, of course, you want to see if they are actually able to learn the scripts and actually be able to say the scripts. Our main mentor, he might not even keep somebody on board if they're not able to replicate the script on Monday.
Interesting.
That's how that part looks. And then we just go in Monday, Mindset Monday. So we're just drilling heavy onto our why about our company, our core values, drilling in our core values, why we do everything, what the difference in the industry is between us, between any other company. And then, we just have, some days for self-gen, some days on learning software, some days on how to present a proposal, some days on how to estimate a home, how to walk around, get the measurements, and work up a proper, accurate written proposal. And then second week is usually half day shadowing, role playing, etc.
Sick, dude. Sick. And then when do you like fully put them out on the field, like independent?
That's week 3.
Week 3. Okay. And what are your like closing expectations for them? Is it more cash collected, or is it more percentage, or what does that look like?
Yeah, good question. So we don't really look too much at close rates. And a lot of people look at me like I'm crazy for it. So at a certain sense, you do need to look at close rates, but the top metric that an owner needs to track is net sales per lead issued. So take the total revenue, divide it by how many appointments they actually ran, not how many leads, but how many appointments they ran. It's going to give you your NSLI. And the NSLI is really powerful because somebody could have a 70% close rate, but if they're selling $500 front doors or garage doors all the time, does that really matter? Probably not so much. I would rather send all of our leads to somebody that has a 20% close rate, but they're pulling back the 5-figure whales every time.
Yeah, agreed. So it's more cash in. That's more important than the actual like closing percentages.
Absolutely.
Got you. And like, what are some cash in KPIs that you shoot for? Is it like on a monthly scale, weekly scale?
So our KPIs on how much you have to sell is at minimum 25K a week. So that's 100K a month, but that's 1.2 million a year, which is not enough. So most people, that's like our baseline KPI. And with all the training that we give, all the coaching, leadership that we give, there's no reason that they should be only pulling in 25K a week. So a lot of reps have I have one rep that wants to make 40K a week. He wants to sell 40K a week. because his baseline numbers of what he wants to make personally with his commission structure and everything, that's how it's going to break down to for him to get the numbers that he wants. So there's two separate KPIs that we track.
Interesting. And then how does because obviously, making the jump from just you selling to bringing on a sales rep plus you selling, or, you hire 2 sales reps, like you can't expect to be spending the same on marketing. So how do you play around with your budgets when it comes to bringing on new sales reps? Is there like a certain amount of appointments per week that you shoot for? You just kind of dial it back and reverse engineer the math behind, or like, what does that look like?
Yeah, good question. So with marketing spend, with appointments, the average sales rep should run 10 to 15 appointments a week. This is going to give you enough time to follow up and enough time to self-generate leads. Now, to go to your question on basically like spend on like how much I'm spending, obviously, to get these leads. Yeah, we ramp it up. We're really aggressive with our marketing. A lot of the people won't be as aggressive as we are, or at least, I tell them, and that's okay. A big part of the training is going to be self-generating leads. So they got to pull their own leads either way. If I give you 8 appointments in a week and you fall short on the KPIs, that is not my fault. We can't have all the pressure on the company to make that phone ring. Everybody needs to make the phone ring. So if we give you 8 appointments and you only sell 15K in that week, it's up to you to pull the rest of the leads to at minimum make 10K more that week, or otherwise you're falling short on your KPIs, and that's going to be marked on our scorecard. So that's back to expectations in the beginning. We set the expectations up that you need a self-gen, and we have a full day just of self-generating leads training. So yeah, 10 to 15 a week is ideal, but we don't have to provide all those 10 to 15.
10 to 15 quotes per week, per rep. And right now, are you a team of 3 reps plus Carter, who's, training your reps?
4 reps plus a sales manager.
4 reps plus a sales manager.
We just offboarded, I think, 3 reps within the last like 3 to 4 months.
Got it. Underperformance?
Mostly culture, underperformance, a little bit of the mix.
Totally. So 4 reps. So you're looking at 40 to 60 appointments per week across the reps. Multiply that by your cost per appointment. It's going to vary from lead source to lead source. But I know you have a very healthy marketing budget. We won't go into the specifics, but Russell's very, very solid with his marketing budget. So I know he's going to keep those reps busy, but that's sick, dude. And then, so dialing that back, the KPIs at 25K per rep per week. So you're shooting for 400K monthly. Dude, let me ask you, like, that's a big number. Obviously, I know you're an ambitious guy and you're going to like 10X that very soon, but like looking back at how you started, like, dude, talk to me about like, who is Russell Peach? Like, how'd you kind of come into the painting game? Now flooring, now software. Like, talk to me about that.
Yeah, if I could just shift it back for 1 second, then I'll get into that. So the 400K for 4 reps is like, we will not be selling 400K with 4 reps. We're selling 500K with 4 reps minimum. I know that's going to be our minimum KPIs is 100K, but I know they're going to shine out. We were doing 400K with 3 reps. We offboarded 1 rep, and we stayed with 400K on only 2 reps. They were selling 200K every month. We were in a prime season too, but our training and everything is why they're able to do that. We give them every tool to succeed. So 400K a month is easy for 4 reps. That's way too low, actually. But yeah, so back it up to who I am. How did I get to where I'm at? Started my business at a very young age, at 18 years old, and just kind of built up. I was doing commercial work 6 years. First 6 years was all commercial. Built it to about $500,000 a year, and just kind of spinning my wheels. I was in the hamster wheel, could not break out of it. Didn't know anything about coaching or mentorship or groups or even marketing agencies like Forward Media. So got into real estate, got into some other businesses, and took some hard lessons, and then came back and I jumped back into painting, but still didn't know exactly where to go from there. And lo and behold, I found Painting Contractors Group on Facebook and learned about Tanner, learned about Residential Game, and that there actually is something like called a coach and a mentor, right? Went my whole life without it. So now I just immersed myself into coaching, into networking, into mentorship, spent so much money on the startup. I was kind of blessed doing that because I had cash coming in from my commercial side that was just basically on autopilot. And I was able to invest a lot into the residential side. So once I kicked off the residential side, we were golden and I had cash to play with. So a little bit of a good starting point there. And then, yeah, just started pushing things. We spinning our wheels. I couldn't really sell too much, hired a sales coach and learned how to sell pretty good, learned my full structure. Then we ended up, that was probably about 3 years ago, we started residential painting. And then we just exploded. I started selling 150K a month, but I didn't have a proper sales system. I knew that I was a killer and like I was closing every time. Well, not every time, but I had a high close rate and especially on the spot closes. But it was not replicatable. I learned real fast that my system was not scalable. There was no scripts. It was kind of just, hey, come shadow me. You see what I do on this appointment. You see, I do something different on the next appointment. I do something different on the next appointment, but I'm the owner, so it works, right? That's not scalable. I kind of learned that the hard way with a few reps. So then I got frustrated again. Like, man, I got all this coaching. I got my whole back end is stuff. My office is running good. Production's running good. Then I learned about contractor freedom, for example, and bought into his system. I realized that this is a whole different way of things. This is what I've been needing for the longest time. I got so many things in my company figured out, but I could not figure out how to hire and train sales reps. Then got his whole playbook, came back on the plane back. I was working the whole time, hired 3 sales reps right away. So I went from selling myself to not selling whatsoever because I hired 3 reps right when I got back. 2 of those retained and 2 of those are still with me, by the way. And then we just, yeah, kept pushing, went from 150K a month to 400K a month really fast. And within that time, I launched Peach Flooring. We just had such a big demand. All of our clients that hired us on the painting side, they were just so happy with the full experience. They're like, man, I love everything about you guys. You guys were phenomenal. I got to do flooring. Can you guys do flooring for me? I'm like, no, we can't do it. I kept saying no because, I recommend this to anybody. Like, stay laser focused on what you're doing right now. Don't get shiny object syndrome. Don't start this flooring company. Don't start a software company if you are not fully sure of your back end, your systems. If you don't have systems everywhere, then focus on your systems first. Later on, when things are rolling smooth, then you can dip off into other ventures. But for me, sales are sales. We had a killer sales playbook. Project management's project management. Overall, business is business. Once I got a really good grip on business as in its entirety, then I was able to, okay, we got all this lead flow, free leads from our painting clients that need a good experience on their flooring side. Let me just sell this flooring job. First flooring job was like 25K.
Dang,
And
dude.
sold it. This is before I hired the sales reps. And yeah, just got a sub, he was a really good partner and ended up, having him do the job. Clients were super happy. Ball kept rolling there. So then whenever the reps came on board, it was easier to train the guys on selling painting and selling flooring because I have a full sales system. Now, the technicalities and details are a lot easier to learn than how to actually sell with our scripts and our processes. So that's why we dipped into flooring. And at the end of the day, between Peach Painting, Peach Flooring, we do drywall, we do custom accent walls, we do a lot of carpentry work, we do stucco work, we do pavers, paver installs, paver cleaning, paver sealing, handful of things that we do. But overall, these are just all opportunities from one opportunity. You get one lead that needs all these jobs. And if you have the production capabilities to do it all and you're able to sell it all confidently without giving a bad experience on the back end, then do it all. So it's better for the company, better for the client, and most importantly, better for the sales reps themselves too. So now they have options to upsell, of course, which equates to more commission for them as well.
Interesting. So how come you decided to scale more horizontally rather than vertically? Like why offer a new service to the current clients rather than keep running with painting and just expand to surrounding cities of Tampa?
Yeah, good question. Reason I didn't expand further on the radius was just back to being sales. I don't want to have sales in all these different territories and making them drive, but hour and a half to and from appointments. I think that when I have like 6 or 7 sales reps, that will be my key to go to 75-mile radius, for example. But right now, kind of keep it in the same market and then maximize every opportunity that we have. Because at the end of the day, too, it's a new company, a startup company. And if I'm getting free leads, free opportunities because they came in through the painting side, it's just a no-brainer. My project managers are already going to be there. It's easier for the client to deal with the painting company, the same painting and same flooring company. We basically project manage the entire job from start to finish. No finger pointing. Oh, the flooring guy did that. Painting guy did that. We take care of everything. So overall, it's mostly for client experience.
Love it, dude. Love it. So for someone who's, well, dude, like there's obviously like a finite amount of people that need their house painted, right? So like at one point or another, you will hit market cap depending on your audience size. Not you specifically, but say someone who lives in a town of like 50,000 people. For that situation specifically, would you recommend they expand geographically or offer more services to the current audience?
I mean, it just really depends. I had all the so to carry back on that, I had the production capabilities. Like once I found one partner for flooring, I found like 5 partners for flooring. So I'm like, it's a no-brainer to run flooring at the same time. But for anybody else, maybe I was a little bit blessed to have those connections and to have the people that could actually produce it. I would not go and just try to, hey, let me try flooring. Let me try to source all these subs. Let me source a vendor. It's probably a lot more headaches than it should be if you don't already have the people in your back pocket. So my main partner, he had a great supplier, so I didn't even have to source suppliers. I didn't have to source, the labor really, because he was taking care of it all. So if you're set up like that and you have all your systems, all your SOPs, project manager that's running good, you have sales guys that are running good, you know how to take care of your softwares, financials, and all that, then I mean that might be a good opportunity for you to diverse into a different trade. But if you still have issues with project management, still have issues with sales, just the whole nine, I would say just focus on what you're doing right now. Master your one trade, master business itself. Because once you master business itself, we're running software now too. And at the end of the day, business is business. Sales are sales. People are people.
100%. Yeah, as long as you have the fundamentals and your foundation's built on concrete, not sand, you could support basically any level of business. Dude, yeah, and like I think even for you, like the branding, bro, the branding.
Let's go, my man.
Branding, bro. Like, dude, with the flooring, it was a quick lift with Prolific. They got it in and out done.
Yep.
Mike built the website. We did the Facebook ad. So it's just like, yeah, dude, it was sick, man. You had a very cool pivot into flooring.
Yeah.
And I know you're crushing it, bro. So do you put the same sales reps that are doing the painting on the flooring?
So right now we have one designated rep for flooring, but he's been selling painting lately since we offboarded our other sales reps. But ideally, he will run the bulk of appointments on flooring. In the beginning, our new sales reps are only going to learn about painting. And then once they start mastering that, we'll train them on flooring, and then they'll have the opportunity to upsell and to bring everything all together. They'll run the flooring. Like if they find out that the people are doing flooring and they can sell it, then you can definitely do that later on once you perfect the painting side. But ideally, Kevin would run all of our flooring appointments. And if there's any overflow that he can't run, we'll make sure that the next runner up, the highest MSLI guy would get any other flooring leads. But speaking about branding too, earlier you asked me how am I attracting people as well. And I left out this key piece. So the best reps, the best employees in general, whether they're painters, their leadership, office, sales guys, project managers, the best people want to work for the best companies. Now, I rebranded when I was only doing $1.5 million a year. And you look at my brand and like, man, this is a $30 million company. Now that was kind of like the psychology that we were trying to play as well, that we look like we're massive. We know what we teach on. We know what the leadership style is, and we know what we want to attract. So people call us all the time, subs wanting to sub, painters just wanting W-2 positions with us, sales guys, project managers. Hey, I see your cars. I see the wraps all around town. I want to work for you guys. So just simple branding can even bring great people into your business as well.
Yeah. Your branding's dope, dude. How's my branding?
I don't know. You might need to hire Ryan Kettering, my man.
I know, bro. Our branding was weak, dude. Our branding, man, like when I made the pivot fully into, because I'm the same way. Like I don't like dipping my toes, dude. I like fully diving in. So it's like when I made the pivot to just painting contractors, I'm like, hey, our logo's a paintbrush, like everything. Like I have the word agency for painters in it. You know what I mean? So down the line, obviously, when we expand into other home services, we will require a rebrand. So I'd love to pick your brain on that, dude, because I don't have like that cool last name that could play into the like, because dude, like so many people have their last name in the painting or like last name painting company or whatever, but like your last name is so freaking sick that it just plays so well into the branding too. Like
Yeah.
you got blessed, bro.
Yeah, I did get blessed. Yeah. Maybe when you have more than like 10 or 15 clients on the agency side, you'd be able to rebrand. It might make sense at that point, but
Yeah, good point, dude. Good point, bro. Man, because we just love providing so much care and attention to each client that we're refusing so many, bro.
yeah, I get it. I get it, man. I get it, man. It's all good. No,
But
but yeah, branding will not make or break you. You could have the world's worst brand. I mean, look at you. Your brand, like we're obviously joking, like it's not the best, it's not the worst. But even if it was the worst, like you have a very successful business. And I don't want anybody to think that, oh, I have to have a peach painting type of brand in order to attract people or in order to be successful, because that is not the case whatsoever. Branding is way lower on the totem pole. Branding is like a long-term play. We're going to be here for forever. We're going to have multi locations. And that was the whole methodology with doing a big rebrand like we did.
yeah, I love it, dude. Yeah, I mean the service, the results, the relationships, like that speaks louder, right? Like you could have the best branding ever, but like if you like messed over your customers or you don't fulfill what you promised, it's like you're gonna have negative word of mouth, and word of mouth at the end of the day could either be positive or negative. Positive is the strongest thing that could like push your branding, right? Negative, it's like you'd have the best branding, you'll still kind of fall short. So yeah, dude, I think branding is an awesome play, but at what point do you believe that people should look into possibly rebrand, facelifts, things like that? Did you see Walmart's, by the way?
Yeah, they barely even changed anything. There's like one color font difference.
One little shade different, and they paid like 2.1 million. Like it's
That's
insane.
that's
But
insane.
dude, at what point in people's businesses should they consider a possible rebrand or freshen up?
Yeah, good question. I think the stage of business that you should think about rebranding or changing up your company name, any of the case scenarios, is going to be all up to you. When do you think is the right time? There's never a right time. People wait for the perfect time all the time, and there's never a perfect time. So that's one piece of it. If you believe in yourself, if you have the cash flow that you're not going to bankrupt yourself with doing a big rebrand, then do it sooner than later. But I'm a fan of beginning with the end in mind. Me personally, I know where we're going, and I know where we're at, and I know where we're going. So if I'm going to have multi locations, at the time I was thinking about franchising as well, but now I'm set on multi locations. I know we're going to have multi locations. I need a brand that's going to stick and that I'll be able to break into a new market and use the brand recognition from the other location and the good reputation from the other location to just kickstart our next location. And then here in Tampa, my main spot, I want to make sure that people just remember me, and that slowly but surely I'm getting more and more repeat, or just people remembering us and calling us from seeing our signs in the streets. So it's all about where you are in your life, where your end goal is. If you want to be running the business and taking over your area for the next 40 years, rebrand now, rebrand yesterday. If you have the money and you have the effort. If you think that, hey, I might sell next year, or I think I just want to run like a $500,000 company for next 5-10 years, maybe I'll retire. Maybe it's not the best idea to do an actual rebrand. Maybe get a little Fiverr logo or something, nothing serious, but really depending on where you're currently at and where you want to be. But I always begin with the end in mind. That's on everything in life.
Yeah, dude, I'm the same way. We're moving into this new kind of development phase. I'll go into the logistics with you after, but basically, we're getting this thing developed for us. And I was talking to some of the creators or developers for it, and they're like, "It'll be good." Like currently, we have 130 clients. They said it'll be good now. If you double, it'll be good. After that, like it might break. And I'm like, I don't want to build something that's like I know it's going to break in the future, because then I'm not going to be as invested into it. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going to do like a half rebrand, for example, only to rebrand in another 2 years. Like I'd rather just like speed up that process, get it done. Like you said, start with the end in mind. If something's going to break or you're going to outgrow something, like why do it in the first place? Just go with the end. So that's huge, dude.
Yeah, this is my third brand. I had Peach Maintenance and I had Peach Painting Solutions and now I have Peach Painting. And I learned the hard way because I had a lot of lettering. I had a few wraps on Peach Painting Solutions that I just had to rip off. They were only a year old, ripped them off and had to re-wrap everything. A lot of our like letterheads or little merch that we had, pens, we had like peach stress balls with our old brand on it. All that stuff is worthless now. I still have like 40 hats, nice new era hats that can't even do nothing with them. They're just the OG brand. So definitely you got to think long term with that. But another part that you were talking about, we haven't really talked about the software because you asked how I got into that. So that's another part of starting with the end in mind. You just said something that I believe strongly in is why do something now if you know you have to fix it later on? So there's a lot of softwares out there that are phenomenal for where you are. And these are a lot of all-in-one softwares. And I kind of started searching different softwares here, there, looking for that perfect solution. Couldn't really find one because I knew where we're going. I know, oh, this is only going to sustain me till 2 million. This is going to be sustainable to 5 million. And then I learned about custom tech stacks, custom softwares built specifically around your business that can always scale with you. So that's why we formed Mighty Stack. I found my partner, Glenn, he built out a crazy software, all custom. And I'm like, man, this is what we need at Peach Painting. But beyond Peach Painting, this is what the industry needs. I keep seeing that people grow past $2 million and they have all these inefficiencies in their systems and their operations. They're paying more overhead because people are double, triple, quadruple data entering things if they're actually trying to get all of their data, or they're just not tracking all of their data like they should because they know it's redundant task and it's going to take too much time, which equates to more overhead. So I'm like, I keep seeing this because I talk to so many painters nationwide and I keep seeing that this is the core issue. So I'm like, you know what, let's run it out for Peach Painting, but let's also offer it to the painters nationwide.
Yeah, dude. I got a peek under the hood with Glenn. Man, it is cool, man. Dude, he got some, like, he developed that, and then you're like you're like a huge enthusiast, and like you got that high eye on a disc test, right? So like you're like gung ho, and that's what I love, bro. It's like you guys got something good, but like it was something, I think the best businesses are built on that, of like you solve your own problem and you recognize other people are facing that problem too. So now you begin offering it to the market and solving the problem for them that you've already encountered. Like I said this on a podcast with Nick Slavic when we're talking about like mentorships and coaches and things like that. But like whatever business or challenge you're facing in your business right now, it's like it is in no way unique. Like whatever fire, anything you're like facing in your business right now, like people have encountered that. It is not a unique problem. The best way to kind of speed up that learning process is to find someone who's already done that and just learn from them, whether that's software, coaching, mentorship, sales scripts, whatever. Like whatever business problem you're facing, someone's gone through that. It's easier to look to them for help rather than trying to figure it out on your own.
I agree completely. You are not alone in whatever problems you're going on in your business and in life too. I mean, a lot of the stuff we talk about just in business, it just can directly correlate back to your life as well. So a big piece of all this that you're saying out of the coaching, the mentorship, softwares, problems, it's how can I compress my time? We can make as much money as we can, but we only have a certain amount of time. And that's why I'm a huge fan of just finding ways to compress time, which is coaching, mentorship, this software, custom build out. For us, we're given like a business in a box that runs large companies that we've already tweaked over the years. You can do it all yourself, absolutely. But how much time is it going to take to figure all this out and to make sure that you have everything that we already have built out? So software, compressing time, coaching, you have all these problems, hire a coach, they're going to compress the time. You can figure out everything that the coach is telling you. But instead of spending 5 years to learn it all the problems that you need, what if it was 5 months? What are you going to do with the extra 4 years and 7 months of your time? Guess what? Your company is going to skyrocket because you've already compressed that much time. So money is not real. I keep preaching that and I get pushback every time. Money is not real. It's only a vehicle for you to move from one part of your life to the next part of your life. And if you can just spend money or even just spend your time, some stuff is free. Just spend. You will get it back tenfold, I promise. So that's why I'm a huge fan of coaching and mentorship. And then, not trying to push Mighty Stack, but that's a huge, huge ordeal with Mighty Stack as well, compressing time on software build outs.
Love that, dude. So run me through, like, at what point is Mighty Stack like the right solution for people? What exactly are they going to get? Give me some more info on that.
Yeah, good question. So usually when Mighty Stack is a good fit for people is usually when companies are $1.5 to $2 million plus, and you have some sort of leadership team, you have some sort of sales reps, and you have decent structures. You've used software before. So it's usually not suitable for somebody that's never had a software. But once you've had all those and you're starting to experience bottlenecks, starting to experience all these inefficiencies in your business, and maybe SOPs, maybe it's training, maybe it's put this there, there's a lot of issues when reporting. If you're using 18 Google Sheets like I used to use, those are the perfect times to look into something like Mighty Stack or just another custom software that's out there. But there's not many custom softwares that are tailored to painting businesses. And I've looked into other software companies that are outside of the painting industry, and I was getting quotes 150K, 200K, and these are just software guys. That's all they do is just software. So, who knows what they're making on it, but you're still going to have to guide them and coach them on what you need. But the problem is you don't know what you don't know. And like, even when I saw Mighty Stack at first, before it was an actual company, I'm like, man, I wouldn't even have thought of putting all this stuff into a software. And that's
huge.
That's the compressing time.
Yeah. So what was like the biggest kind of lever in there for you that's like, man, like, this is the coolest thing? What for you, like, coming from a business that has 400, 500K a month, like, what is the coolest component of Mighty Stack that if you didn't know about it, you'd be like, damn, that's so sick?
Yeah, good question. For me is like how crazy our reporting can be. Because I'm a data geek. We gotta know our numbers. And I want to track NSLI numbers. I want to track our marketing or our return on ad spend per marketing source, not just an overall ROI. I want to learn what's my close rates on cabinets, versus what's my close rates on interiors or exteriors, instead of seeing everything bulked together. I want each project consultant, because we call our sales guys project consultants. I want the project consulting team to have an easy onboarding and only see one pipeline where they're not seeing everything. Ownership can see everything and get overwhelmed, but each one of our staff members can only see their boards, which is really easy for them to train and actually understand a really intense software. So those are just a few things that just jump off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But all the other basic stuff is, pretty similar with everything else. But that's actually a CRM side. But seeing how everything can talk to each other, all of our softwares, you update one right here and it updates in 10 different other areas. That's a really, really sweet add-on.
Love that. Is that why you pulled away from the cabinets?
What's that?
Because we were running interior, exterior, and cabinets for you. That's what made you make that jump?
No, it's mostly just because we were having production issues and I was selling so many cabinets and we were always 8 weeks out and I couldn't really find more crews to run cabinets. And I was selling a lot of cabinets. I think our close rates are pretty low on cabinets right now, but I was selling a lot when I used to sell, and just a bunch of production issues. And before we start giving bad experiences to people, we'll just pull the plug entirely on that service.
Good call. Good call. Man, yeah, that's so tough about working with us, dude. You're just 8 weeks booked out, bro. Dang.
Hard having a good marketer out here, right?
I know, dude. I know.
You gotta actually do your job now, right? Other than just hanging out and complaining to Lucas about, Lucas, give me leads. I got too many leads. Come on.
I know, bro. Life is so tough. No, but that's huge though, man, about that. And I think even if I'm accurate, tracking like the sales team about like what areas they're driving to, optimizing routes and things like that, that's one of the capabilities too.
That pinning for sales guys, nothing worse than driving an hour to one appointment to the next and then driving an hour back in that same direction that you just were, because everything is pinned. Same thing with project management. When a project manager is running 15 jobs a day, then you got to make sure that you have multiple project managers and each one is in their territory to maximize their route so they can show up at the most amount of jobs as possible. So like just having the coding put in to every job on a map, and it's easy to group them together per project manager or project consultant. That part is huge as well.
Love that, dude. Love that. And tell me about some of your 1-year goals. Like right now we're January 2025. Dude, end of 2025, what's your target? Like give me your 1-year picture, give me your 3-year target and your 10-year plan.
Talking revenue?
Yeah, bro.
7 milli, 12 milli, 15 milli.
That's
wait, hold on. You said 5 years?
1, 3, 10.
A 1, 3, 10. I don't know, man. 10 is, I'm a visionary, but I don't know if I live that far in the future. 1 year and 3 years. 7 years and 12 years, or 7 million and 12 million.
Okay.
I read a little bit of traction. We don't roll out EOS in our company though.
No, but they have a printout. I have it. It's about like the 1-year picture, all that stuff. It's pretty cool, man. But like, so many things change in the market and whatnot. But
Sure.
Okay, so 1 year, end of 2025, 7 mil. End of 2027, 12 mil. Give me end of 2034.
Taking over all of Florida.
Let's go, bro. 100? Are we going for a hundo?
I don't know, man. We'll see where the cards line up. Yeah. It's all about leadership at that point. I mean, even at the point where we're at right now, like I try not looking that far in the future just because like you can have the right leaders and then you can just double, triple. When you're at 20 million and you're able to double, like that's insane growth. And if you have the right people, maybe that's an unrealistic measure, but when you have the right people and you continue to bring on the right people, like things can still grow that fast. When you have a solid infrastructure, it's like a lot of the hard work is already behind us. And not trying to push Mighty Stack, but that's a huge reason for us being able to take other locations and us able to scale so fast is with a powerful software solution like that. So of course, all of our systems, coaching, infrastructure is all separate, but this is a huge part of it too. So things could just take off way further than I ever thought they would be. And they already have. Went from 150K a month to 400K a month, basically overnight.
Yeah. And as you continuously go and push and push and push, like you're going to continue the exponential growth. And that's typically how things go, dude. It's like, it sucks at first and it sucks for so long. And then it's just like that upward curve, you know, and then it's just riding that momentum and trying to see how far that curve can go. Obviously you're going to have dips but just like looking at it from a 3-month, 6-month, 1-year perspective, like, dude, I'm sure if you saw where you are now, like in 2020, you'd be like, dang, dude, you know what I mean? Like you're a crusher, bro. I want you to know that. Like, not just saying this to blow smoke up your, you know, but dude, you are a freaking crusher, man. Like, you will always, 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 always take accountability, like so often. And then I'm like, no, bro, like that, dude, that's on us, bro. That's on us. You're like, dude, yeah, this lead didn't convert, whatever. I'm like, I'm trying to like throw it, but you're like, no, that's on me. I don't send you this. I don't send you that. I don't send you that. But like, it's that level of accountability to do that, like, makes you such an awesome leader.
Yeah.
And
yeah. I appreciate it, man. At the end of the day, like I am so hard on myself. I'm just so addicted to being a better person. Personal development is king, and anything in life doesn't happen to you. It happens for you. It's all about your perspective on things. So like whatever the case scenario can be, what did I put into that to receive that result? Some people are out to get you, but don't make a ruling off the exception. And I would say that people out to get you is the exception. Because there are a lot of genuine people, and I was very picky with who I was partnering with marketing. And you've been the most solid partner for marketing that I've ever had. So running all of our meta ads, I mean, you've been solid with it. So with that, a lot of things happen in my life, and I don't look at it one way. I don't look at it 2 ways. I look at it from 10 different angles. If I had went this way with it, what would be the result? If I had went that way with it, what's the result? What is their outlook on it? What's my outlook on it? What's God's outlook on it? His is the most important. So you just got to look at things in a different perspective and always take accountability. Stop having a victim mindset. So many people just have a victim mindset and think that things are supposed to be given to them. No, you can fall down on your face, eat dirt. Doesn't matter. Get back up and keep going. What happens when you're pushed into the corner? Do you just curl up in a ball or do you come out swinging? You know, so I can get pushed down any which way. I'm going to blame myself for getting myself in that situation. And then how am I going to get back to being on top, you know?
Amen, dude. Amen. A really, really good book for all our listeners is, I don't know if you've read it, Peach, but Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink.
Yep.
Dude, so good, man. So good. That, another really, really good one, man. David Goggins, like I love David Goggins, dude.
Yeah.
He has like the most calloused mind ever. Like he's so freaking like durable. Like he's such a G. All of those people, man, it's just like that level of accountability that they hold themselves to is just huge. Any strong leader has that high level of accountability. And that's why I think you're so successful and you're going to continue being so successful, is just you have that extreme ownership mindset.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. And a lot of people just don't understand that everything that happens in your business is your fault. You can stop blaming people. What did you do for them to lead to that position? A lot of time it's training. A lot of time it's accountability. Didn't set them up for success. Maybe it's a wrong person here and there, but maybe you should have vetted them better and put the right person in the right seat, or maybe you put the right person in the wrong seat, and that's your fault still. No matter what, it's always your fault. So we are very extreme over here, very extreme on our ownership, very extreme on the leadership, on our sales guys, on our project management, very extreme at everything we do. But it's calculated extremities. It's not just like we're going crazy and everybody needs to stay up to speed with us. Set everybody up for success. I want to give you a complete roadmap to success. You follow this, we'll keep you accountable on it. And if you're not able to follow, then you're not going to be a part of our team. We'll be extreme on that part as well. Hire slow, fire fast. You know, we don't like to fire, but if we're too extreme and you can't keep up, that's kind of how it has to go.
Love it, dude. Love it. That's awesome, man. And what is like who? So obviously, you know, as you grow, your mentors and your coaches and things are going to change. But who's your number one mentor right now?
It's hard to say because like I just have mentors for different things. So this is back to like coaching mentorship. I hire a specialist for each thing. You don't hire the painter to, you know, reframe all your walls, to do a full bathroom remodel. Hire a bathroom remodel guy. Hire a flooring guy to do flooring. Hire the stucco guy to do your stucco. We're all stucco over here. I don't know what you have up there. Probably all wood and stuff. But you know, I hire the sales guy. So Jason Phillips is my main sales mentor. I have Andy Elliott as my main leadership mentor. And then I have just like general business coaches, mentors and stuff there. But I mean, I don't know if I'd consider them mentors, but they're coaches. But those two are top of the list for sure. And then I got my marketing mentor, my man Lucas Jensen over here. I don't know. That guy, he's kind of cool sometimes, but he's awesome with marketing.
Yeah. He'll piss you off sometimes.
All the times. Or all the time.
All the time, half the time. But dude, this has been awesome. Everybody, I'm going to be dropping this week. So everybody, if you are coming to the PCA Expo, come say what's up to my man Peach. He's going to have the Mighty Stack vendor display out during that trade show itself. He's also going to be on, is it panels and brain melts?
Correct. Yeah, I'll be on a brain meld Tuesday, February 4th at 10:30. I may be on a brain meld Wednesday, February 5th at 11:15. And I'll be on a panel Wednesday, February 5th at, I think it's 9:45.
Beautiful.
Tanner Mullen as the moderator.
Let's go. That's going to be a huge one, dude. I'm going to be there, man. I told you I have a freaking Bristol board in the back cheering you guys on. I'll paint your guys' names on my chest, bro. Sign me up.
What the good friends have to do. We both got to support each other. I'm going to be up top front row with you. Same thing. Best friends got to be their number one fans, you know?
That's what we do, bro. That's what we do. So guys, when you see Peach at the PCA, go up and shake his hand. Like I tell you, this guy he's got this different level of energy that like it's hard to explain, but you'll know exactly what I'm talking about when you meet him. He's just this bubble of energy, super genuine dude, and just like a bucket of knowledge. So when you see him at the PCA, go up, say what's up. And also we'll be there. We're booth 214, 216. So come say what's up. We're right across from the Sherwin. We'll hang out, take some photos, chit chat, and you'll see why I piss Peach off so much. So guys,
hey, real quick before you log it out, I will be at the expo for Mighty Stack, but guys, I'm not just a software guy. I am running a nice size painting operation. I just do everything to help people. One of the most selfless people you'll meet. So I love helping the industry in any way I can help anybody out there. That's what I genuinely love to do. Like that's my personal fulfillment. So if I can give you guys any insight, feel free to ask. I'm an open book, give you whatever you need, give you the shirt off my back if you don't have one. So anything you need, love to do that. Love to see you guys at the expo.
Let's go. And if people want to get into contact, if they're not coming to the expo, how can they get into contact with you?
Yeah, so Instagram, Peach the Painter, or you can hit me up on Facebook, Russell Peach. And those are my main 2 forms of contact.
Love it. Russ, appreciate you, bro. Keep crushing it, and I'll see you next week.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Lucas. I appreciate you having me here.